Wednesday stream. Wednesday stream with added background noise for. What's the generic term? There was like a water main break nearby, and they're doing like construction on that currently. It's not plumbing work, it's some other word that's like plumbing on a larger scale. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I don't have water, and I would have liked to have taken a shower an hour ago, but I can't. So I remain dirty in hopes. So I could have done like a hobo shower. Um, that's always a possibility, right? But I'm hoping that this work will be done by the time I'm done streaming or like later tonight, so I can still take a proper shower today at some point. And I'm a night shower anyways, so it's all good. I don't understand people who are day showers. I don't. Why the idea of getting into bed when you have all the a day's worth of grime on you. I can't even sleep properly without first taking a shower. So I don't understand. I don't understand how people can deal with it. Well, that's not technically true. Like I can sleep without taking a shower, without having bathed, but it's really hard to go to sleep in that state. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Okay, we're looking at this today. Uh, I wish it was the weekend, but it's not. It's not even close. It's a Wednesday. Uh, it's fine. I ate dinner. Dinner was pretty good, and I didn't feel like overly full either. So that's good. Sometimes I do. Yeah. I don't know. I like working on my game. It's just eh, it's one of those things where I like it after the fact. Like afterwards it feels like a very meaningful and an important thing to have done. But, you know, making myself actually start doing it, it's always really hard. Is always correct? Yeah. Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically always. Um there's rare circumstances where I'll be working on like an especially interesting feature. Um but right now the magic the magic feeling that I will get from like um yeah, the magic that requires some explanation. So like the most interesting thing to me about developing this game is discovering what is possible in the world of rhythm games. Learning something new, not learning something technical that's new. Like that's a little bit interesting too, but just learning like I want to I want a working multiplayer system. I want a new kind of multiplayer that no one has ever seen in rhythm games before. That's the cool thing. And I want to know what it feels like to play that. um I want to find out. And I mean, I'm definitely there's a lot of uncertainty there because the whole division system, you need a lot of players for it to actually work. Like it could just like not work, right? But I'm still really excited to see that final thing. So that's the magic of discovering what the final result looks and feels like. Um, and the magic is still very far away. I'm still very far away from the magic, and I have a lot of. Um, there will be a drought of magic before then that goes on for several more weeks, at least. And I'm not happy about that. So, so, uh, screw it. I have to do it anyways. I believe last time we got division registration to work. For the heck of it, let's just recreate that test. Okay, that's doing that. I think I can do this. And yep, there's that. Okay, so we refresh, and it should just go through it automatically, basically. Oh, not the whole thing though, not the whole test. We get the initial info, we build the table, and then I sign up for something. What does this button do if I haven't selected anything? This shouldn't do anything, right? Good, it's not doing anything. And we should see the number 0 sent here. And you can't, oh yeah, you can see it. Receive request to register for division 0. Yeah, that works. And then cancel, and it should say -1. Wait for it. Should still come through. Or go through. Hold on. Oh, it didn't go through? What the heck? Why? Why is that then? Did I not? Is that just not implemented yet? That's probably not implemented yet. Oh, okay. Okay, so I better go implement that. Well, there you go. That's clearly what I need to be working on right now. Okay. So, God, don't show me this list of things that I have to do. We're here in the pregame lobby. There's a button that says cancel. Cancel button. It's the cancel button. Unclick. Okay, well, if division ID is undefined, then the button's disabled. I agree. We call this, we call this every frame, but... Oh. No, we're calling that every frame. What? That's not what you want. That's not what you want. Cause look, okay, check this out. If we come over here, boop. Okay, I have to turn the server on for this to be able to test this. It's not that bad. Okay, this, wow, that's like a lot of flashing. But this sort of like blinks every time it gets an update. Yeah, we expect this to update every second. That's fine. But then check this out. Oh. It doesn't update every second. Okay. I expected it to, though. Because we're setting it to disabled every frame, I thought it would... Huh. Okay. So that's... But the weird thing is, I can't tell if that's actually not triggering a DOM update, or if this is just doing some other thing, where it's like sort of hiding it from me. That's fine, I guess. I'm gonna leave that how it is for now. But I may later decide that I don't like that. I mean, the easy way to fix it would just be to, like, check if it's already disabled here in this function. and then, you know, don't disable it in that case. Don't do anything. Okay, well, what happens when you click the cancel button? We expect it to not be equal to undefined when you click it. And if that's the case, then we do the status message. We deselect the radio option. We disable the button. We disable the cancel button, yes. And we do what? What do? We send a message to the server. We say to the server, what's the function for it? There you go. I shouldn't be using -1. Instead, I should be using that. So we test that, and we will see that it works. And we will be happy. Is the server still running? Server's still running. We pop over here. We, what I do is I switch to the server view on the second thing, and then I say sign up. And I see here, yep, that got it, okay. And then cancel. Yep, that got it, okay. Oops. Perfect. Very good. Great, even. Okay, so I believe I said last time I'm going to keep a running total of the players that are registered per division. And I am going to do that. Yes. Yes, I do believe I'm going to do that. At the back of my head, I'm thinking of the case where someone disconnects. You know? Okay, random question. Can WebSocket RFC 6544? No, it's 6455. Ping. Upon receipt of a ping frame, an endpoint must send a pong frame in response unless it already received a closed frame. It should respond with a pong frame as soon as it's practical. Pong frames are discussed there. An endpoint may send a ping frame at any time after the connection is established and before the connection is closed. Note a ping frame may serve either as a keep alive or as a means to verify that the remote endpoint is still responsive. So when they say endpoint, do they mean either the server or the client? I think that is what that means. A Pong frame may be unsolicited. A response to an unsolicited Pong frame is not expected. So that is something that I could do. I know I discussed it. I know I like even wrote at one point that that's sort of like what I want to do is send a ping to all the clients before the game actually starts and like disconnect them if they're not real. um Huh. I could. I could just constantly be doing pings. Why do I want to constantly do pings, you might ask? It could be useful to constantly do pings so that I prevent this one possible scenario where if I do a ping just before the game starts and then a bunch of people drop because they were never real to begin with, then that would be weird and that would be like a bad user experience because then some of the games might not actually be able to start because there's too few players, but the users wouldn't know that they're in a game that wouldn't start previously, so that would suck for them. I don't think I will do constant pings and pongs, but I will be aware of the possibility of that as a solution. Should the need arise. Should the demonstrated need arise. Anyways, we want to keep account of how many people are in each division. Okay. Disconnecting is going to be a problem. I really don't handle the possibility of people disconnecting much. But we're going to figure it out anyways. Okay. How many possible divisions are there? We will say, I don't know, 10. This matters because our server could have an uptime of literal years. That's so unlikely. Weeks, we'll say. So whatever memory we're allocating here needs to stay allocated forever, and that's all we get. So we're gonna we need a count of the number of people per division. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use an int. I'm gonna go ahead and use an int. Division count, num players per division, max divisions. Do I want to store a count of how many people are in division -1? Why bother? Right? Why bother? That would be unnecessary complication probably. Because nobody can even ask. Nobody needs that information. I don't think. And of course, there will be a variable on divisions, which for this demo is, I don't know. I forgot. Let me go look at the... Oh no, did I delete that? Oh my god, I think it's 4. I'd have to like run the server to actually see it. Oops, I guess I tried to close the game, or not the game, the window. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. We'll do this. And what do we need to be passed in? Does match state matter? I think probably. Yeah, I think probably you want to know. Yeah. It just occurred to me that probably once we start working on mid-game, I might modify how this works a little bit. Because I am definitely gonna be storing things like the client's name, like the player name. And when you're mid-game and you're a spectator, probably you see a list of player names so that you can individually select to go spectate each of them. So if we're doing things that way, I wonder whether it makes sense to be transparent about the players that are in every division and just display all that. I think I thought about this before, and I didn't like this idea because there'd just be like too many UI elements, and that'd just be like a mess. But I could imagine it being a better user experience in certain circumstances. Yeah, I don't really know for sure. This also is potentially a social engineering concern, right? So like me as the game designer, do I want people to choose divisions based off of what players they see in each division? Or do I want them to choose each division based off of um, what division they actually want to be in? You know? It could make sense from that could be an actual design decision that matters um, in the future. For now, it's the easier to implement thing as well. So we'll just Yeah, we'll just not worry about that for the pregame lobby. Okay, and we of course need like the source data. We need 2 pieces of source data, don't we? Or did we not? We don't need client divisions, we just need number of players per division. Then we sort of assemble that into a message. I think that's really it. You're an int pointer. Of course, I need to be sent the... Well, what does this request look like? Is there actually any content in it? I don't think there is. Yeah, in the division sign-up one, we have to know from the user what division they're in. This doesn't have any information that we're being given. It's just, please respond with the answer to the question. So we do need to know how to send the message to the person. So I need client file descriptor. I need these things. I don't need them clients, I don't think. Yes, I don't need them clients. And do we send it binary? How do we send it? Oh, wow. You know what's interesting? We're expecting the client to basically wait until it gets a response from the server before it can do anything else. God, that's such a simpler way to program it. uh, if if that's not a valid assumption, if I can't do it that way, then we sort of have to recreate this whole like um, variety of possible things. Like we have to have an if statement, we have to have a switch case everywhere. We have to have a switch case on the client side too. Oh boy. Surely I can get away with not doing that. Holy shit. Oh god. Wow, I can't believe I didn't think of that before now. Okay, so I think on the client side, I'm gonna have to like buffer the requests that I'm sending to the server. Holy crap. Oh dear. Oh dear God. I only want to be waiting for one promise at a time. Okay. That's not great. That's really not good news. Anyways, I guess I could finish this. Wow. That's gonna be that's a totally different thing that I thought. That's gonna be a little bit tricky. I think the pregame lobby is the only place where that's actually an issue, though. I think mid-game it's not going to be a concern. I'm pretty sure mid-game you're only going to be doing one thing at a time. Wow. Huh. Okay, I'm getting some ideas here. Okay, so one thing... Type. One type of request that can be sent is... we need this. And that. We need that information so that they can request, like for spectator mode, so that they can request, like, hey, I want to. They could request by name, by player name, I guess, but that'd be annoying because it's more data to send across the internet, and then also the server would have to go look it up anyways. So why? So why do that? If I can just use the index, or if I ultimately end up using a player ID, kind of the same story, but it's going to be more efficient to just send a number across. Yeah, and we need that for mid-game, for the mid-game lobby, where both the spectator and just like regular player needs to be able to go into spectator mode and just like look at the current state of any given person. So for sure what we need is like oh god. We need strings. We need an array of strings. An array of strings is difficult. An array of strings is difficult. Oh my god, what the heck? Oh no. How do we even... Oh my goodness. I mean, we for sure need... Okay, so this can be 7. We need that. And this is probably something I would implement after we're mostly done. But I should write it somewhere. Oh, I should write this somewhere. Where do I write this? Okay, forget this. So what I would do as sort of a really basic measure to prevent, let's see, general. Have the client generate a random number which it uses to authenticate with the server. Basically, the first person who claims the username is the authentic one, and they I think that could basically work, right? Like, it's not a password, right? It's not like a user defined password. So in that way, it's not something that I need to worry about. It's not something I need to worry about keeping safe or like protecting long term. It's just like it seems like the obvious thing to do. Like, um, like someone could hack somebody else, quote unquote, hack someone else. Could impersonate someone else really easily just by seeing their username. Um, and well, how hard would that be? Actually, how hard would that be? Um, like you could use the same username as someone else, but um, but registration, okay. So actually, part of registration should be the username. No, should that not be part of it? Um, I feel like that should be part of it. Or maybe it's two separate requests, right? Yeah, it's probably two separate requests. Okay. But I'm trying to think, how actually would you impersonate someone else? Because, like, uh, how would you do it? You would have to get the other person to disconnect. Because, like, basically, there's a name associated with the file descriptor. And I should have a check. Like, I haven't actually implemented this endpoint yet, but basically, it should be like, someone says that they want to associate a file descriptor with a name, And as long as they stay connected the whole time, they'll keep that same file descriptor. So there's actually no concern there. Huh. What that doesn't kind of doesn't work for like there is sort of a longevity concern a little bit with that, right? Because like if you come back the next day, the server can't be expected to have saved all the usernames, all the file, because like the server has to disconnect everybody, right? We can't just keep the server connected to everybody forever. That's silly. So the server only stays connected with a client through the purpose of like for the extent of the match, which could be a while, but it's not forever. And then the server just like for good practice should just disconnect everybody at that point. So then how do you preserve your username? Aha. Then how do you preserve the integrity of your username? That's an issue. That's an issue. So we'd have to do two things. We'd have to do when you register your username, that actually goes to a more permanent part of memory that doesn't get changed. Oh, holy shit! If the server has to be restarted, then we would lose track of everyone's usernames, and then somebody could. This is all to prevent someone taking the same username as someone else. God, what an absolute nightmare. This is all to prevent. That would all be just to prevent someone from taking someone else's username. Why though? Why would I do that? Why? Why? Why bother? Why? I'd have to figure out how to write that to a file, right? And then I would, and then at server startup, I'd have to go read from that file at the start. And I mean, that's actually not that hard, but it's like, why though? Like, why though? And then this part could be useful in that situation, but actually, I think no. I think just no. I think I'm just not gonna do that. I think what I will just do is I'll just let the user know if and when their username is taken. Oh my god. Wow. That's really interesting. I'm very silly. Okay. Huh. Well, I'm glad I talked myself out of that. That's... What the heck? I didn't think that could be so complicated, but like it is. Servers are crazy. What was I in the middle of doing? Okay. So. Oh my god. If a spectator wanted to troll or whatever, they could take the username and then basically never get caught because you can't really see the spectators. Huh. That's fun. I mean, quote unquote, never get caught. I mean, what would you do even if you knew someone took your name? You know, like, what would you do with that information? Okay, so I was in the middle of panicking because I have to do an array of strings, and I don't actually know how to do that in C. I assume it's just an array of char pointers. But how do I know? How do I know? Yeah, how do I know to malloc that stuff? Or calloc? So you're a char client name. Client names. Okay. Now, what does that initialize to? What does that initialize to? Do I care, actually? Will I care? Maybe I don't care. What checks would I have to do here? I'd have to iterate over this list of divisions. And I'd have to go fetch the corresponding client name each time I get that request. We're making this fast only because we know that basically every client is going to be asking us for like live updates of this information. Whereas the client names thing, that's the kind of thing that, I mean, yeah, everyone kind of needs that information, but only once. You don't need like constant live updates of that information. Yeah, because you just store that. You basically request that information once the game starts, um, and then you're good to go. So that it's loaded whenever the user goes to the mid game. Goes to the mid game lobby. Okay. So I'm not gonna do the extra buffering thing for that. So this actually is not that hard. I do just need to calloc every time, like whenever the user actually gives me that information. Yeah. And I need a set variable for like the max name size. What's a good max number of characters for a username? Twitter limits a username to no more than 15 characters. Stack Overflow is the new search experience powered by AI that they wanted me to know about. I can ask for early access. Max display name length used on Stack Overflow is 36. This user doesn't think it's useful to impose a maximum length for any of these fields, especially passwords. Okay, so there's no real set answer. This is just a matter of my UI, I guess. So we'll go with 40. I've decided it's 40 characters. That's the limit. And how does that work with non-English characters? No idea. Don't even want to think about it, to be honest. It's 40 bytes. It's 40 bytes, and however it gets displayed is how it gets displayed. Oh, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And I will have to sanitize this every time I get it from the server, too. I do have to sanitize that. I think as long as I use inner text, it should be fine. I don't know. I certainly can't use inner HTML, right? Like, that could obviously be a huge issue. What am I going to do with my demo, dude? Do I really want random assholes showing up and like playing my game and trying to do stupid shit with their usernames? I don't know. I don't know. I can't expect people to pay for access to it, so though certainly. I don't know. I want a lot of people to show up for it, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do some kind of phased thing where that's probably what I should do, right? I should learn from my mistakes in the last marketing effort. I want to have some sort, like maybe just a freaking Google form where I'm like, hey, are you interested in the multiplayer beta? The free multiplayer beta for my game. If yes, give me some way to contact you. It has to be email, right? Basically it's just got to be email. And then I use my Tempotonic email address to message them. Yeah, I think that's how you do that. Anyways, we're supposed to be programming. Okay, and then we have to construct a frame, not construct text frame, construct. There's not just like a generic construct binary frame. Oh, okay. I'm gonna need a whole separate function for this. I'm gonna need a whole separate function for this. Okay. Hmm. I feel like I ought to make a construct binary frame. But what's okay, so why do I care about that? Yeah, this is basically I've just got a payload. Um Oh, but this isn't okay, this isn't really a binary payload. This is given a list of the binary data. Right. Right. Yeah. No, I think this has to be like this. Because the alternative would be to what would the alternative be? I would have to I'd have to have another buffer. Like there's already the message out buffer. Um I would have to have another buffer that's like um just basically doing this. I would basically do this first to that buffer, and then I would copy that whole buffer with just one final mem copy to copy the whole payload. And I don't like the extra buffer allocation. I don't want to do that. So I won't do that. And okay, so what is this? What kind of frame is this? This is a this is a frame that's going to be specialized for this kind of message. What kind of message is this? I forgot the name of what we're doing, what I called it. Sign up counts. Okay, so we want to know num divisions, I think. And we need to be passed in the divisions that each client has. Well, no, wait. No. This is pre-calculated. Don't be stupid. This is pre-calculated. Where did I just copy and paste all that? Okay. Okay, we have this information. Am I supposed to like calculate the payload length? I don't. I can sort of just calculate it. I guess that's the weird thing. Do I... Oh, this freaking header size nonsense. I guess that's why I want to know the payload length before I get here, is so I can know the header size. So, okay, so I guess, yeah, I guess we pass in the payload length for now, but really what's going to happen ultimately is I'm going to pass in the header size and the payload length. Because I just don't like having the like this same if statement at the top of all those functions. It's going to be the same logic in each of them because it's the same sort of frame construction rules for everything. Okay, so say we know all this information. Sure. What data do we actually write, though? Well, we're going to be writing an integer. And we're going to write... We need to pass in an address here, don't we? We do need to pass in an address. Isn't it just like this? It's this I think that's what it is. I'll stick this here so that we're not doing size of over and over again. I'm pretty sure... Yeah. Oh, but, so instead of doing that, could I not just do this, plus I equivalently? I probably just do that. Yeah, that's the equivalent thing. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's really basic. Am I ever going to reach this number in this case, in this context? 10 divisions, 4 bytes per division is 40 bytes. No, I'm never going to have that issue. Because there's never going to be more than 10 divisions. I mean, even if we could have up to 30 divisions. So that's not going to happen. So we don't need much of this. So we can just say it's always 2. We can just say it's always 2. And you're not a char star, you're a byte star. This kind of byte. Why does it know to color that? That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. It clearly knows something about the C programming language because it can highlight it properly, but the highlight recommendations and stuff doesn't work. Okay, so we're going to grab this, go all the way back up to the handler. We have that, so that's good. Message out buffer size. This we can calculate. We need to know the number of divisions. Okay. Because then we can be like, this is equal to num divisions times size of int. There you go. Problem solved. And that just does it. Right? That copies it into the message out buffer, at which point we can send it confidently. And I don't think that's an issue. I think that's fine. The client should be able to interpret that properly. All the client needs to do to interpret that is, one, to know that it's this kind of response, which we will handle by only by waiting for the response to everything that we sent. That should work. Okay. Match state num players per division, num divisions. Yeah. I'm currently not maintaining the correct values in that array yet, so I need to do that. Very good. This I'm not sure how to do. Well, is that true? Hold on. I could kind of handle it here. Okay. I need to send along this information here. Client divisions. So that's to say, to like set this client's division is now equal to this. And the decoded messaging has the division number in it, so that's fine. Okay. And then we just send that. Okay, and then we do this. Problem. We should be validating this, which we can do. So that's correct and fine, but now the division ID is actually an index into an array, we need to care about it a little bit more. Which is fine, because we also don't want people registering for invalid divisions anyways. I got something in my eye, hold on. How did I do it here? We just return if it's invalid. Or division ID is greater than the max divisions? No. We want to know we want the current number of divisions. So we got to pass that in. And this, right, this is an int t for sure. Even a uint. Yeah, that's a uint 18. So far, I've been able to just multiply these various, like, do math with these various types, and it just works out. Okay. So if ever they request a division ID that's greater than the largest possible value for that, or if it's less than -1, then we print an error, right? Okay. Let me just copy this. Okay. And then if it's correct, then we do that. And then we say num players per division problem. Okay, interesting. Because if it was -1, then they're deregistering from whatever division they're currently in. But what division are they currently in? We don't know that information unless we go look it up. So we have to go figure that out. Okay, so if division ID is greater than or equal to 0, then the easy solution, else the harder solution. So the easy solution would be num players per division, division ID plus plus. Ta-da! Otherwise we gotta go look it up. We go look it up, and then we set it. And we decrement. Okay. Client divisions, yes. Okay. So I believe I just added num divisions and num players per division. And I am going to go have to correct the prototype as well. I hate that I have to forward declare everything. It's such a disaster. Okay, handle sign up counts request. Assuming I've written this function correctly, we will go insert it into our collection right after this one. Yeah. Okay. Do you compile? I bet you don't. Nope, of course not. Oh my god. Argument 6. Oh, that's... something's wrong about that. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not quite right, is it? Okay, how about that? How much does that fix? Not everything still. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we need you. Client divisions, num divisions, num players per division. Yes? This doesn't look like an improvement. Oh, save and then do it. Okay, that's an improvement. Yeah. Handle sign up counts request. Oh, hold on. I have a message on Discord. I'm being messaged. Okay. Not an issue that I need to address. Handle sign up counts request. What's going on here? Oh, I didn't make this into a thing. I need to forward declare this as well. Help. I'm lost. Okay. Improvement. Message out size is undeclared. Is that true? Handle sign up counts request. Really? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Message out size. Oh. Huh. What? Huh? Oh. Okay. So I need to define that. That's a variable I need to define. Okay, that's totally fair. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, no problem. I don't have anything to do with this new functionality, though. I don't think. Where am I sending the number 30? Okay, let's do something more like 10 minutes. And then I can actually test this. Okay. Okay, what time is it IRL? I have no excuse to stop streaming. So I mean, I've got to stop streaming soon-ish, but I should try to complete this test before I quit. So, let me think here. What I could probably do is just like make a client sign up and then refresh, sign up, refresh, sign up, and it should keep like a count of everything. So I need to exercise this and this. Yes, that's really what I'm going to be handling. Okay. Yeah. And you know what I need is I need an enum on both the client and the server side to store the message types, because this is getting silly. There's so many different message types. Oh my god, and the whole like sequencing things. Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll just do it once for now. Okay. So we pop over to the client. Hello, client? Are you there? Yes. We found it. Load initial info, request initial info, create WebSocket, send division registration request. Okay, so now we're also going to have some other kind of sending a request. This is going to be a send player counts request. It's for all divisions, and there's really nothing to it except we need the enum. It's 4. That's the magic number. Close that. Data view. Array buffer size 4. Boop boop boop. Sent player counts request. This is socket.send. However, we're expecting a response, which means that we wrap it in a promise. Almost said something horrible there for a second. Okay, so I just do this and stick this here. Why do I word it differently? I don't know, dude. Don't ask me. Okay, and on resolve of this, we're gonna pass it to... I mean, honestly, it begs the question of why I don't just, like... connect this request initial info to load initial info. Like, why don't I just take this function and stick it in here? But this is the pattern I'm doing for now, so let's keep it up for whatever reason. Okay. Load player counts. Okay, so load, what is it going to give me? Pass it in that right there, right? Yeah, okay. It's going to give me an array buffer. It's going to give me an array buffer. And I'm going to construct a data view from the array buffer. And I'm going to read... Oh, okay. First thing, actually, I need to do is get the length of it. Array buffer dot byte length. And what do I do with that? I guess I do a for loop. I could do a for loop, or I could cast the array buffer to an int32 array. It's whatever. It's fine. So we'll just do like let player counts. We'll just use this. And we'll do like for. We'll just do it like this. This is a perfectly fine way to copy it, I think. Get int32 at byte offset 4 times I. Little endian true. There you go. And this returns... Oh, this does return a number. Okay. Does that mean that like an int16 would also return a number? Oh, yikes. You're upcasting it. I guess that's... I guess if you're calling get, that's what you want. So maybe it's not that crazy. Okay, so we've quote-unquote loaded them, but we haven't put them in the place where they need to be put. So actually what I need to do is modify the table data and signal something to trigger an update? Huh. Oh, this is annoying. We do some HTML shenanigans to it. We have to do some kind of like search thing. Okay. How do we find our table? I need like an ID or something. do this nonsense. E.data? Is that right? This is not correct. Right. No, you're a promise array buffer. You're an any. I think that's what we do. Yeah. Okay. So what we do is we do document.getElementById. So we get the table. Actually, what we need to do first is we need to iterate over our table elements. Why wouldn't I just write it directly to the table? I would just do that, would I not? I don't need this intermediate array thing. I could do an intermediate variable. And I'm going to write it to this dot table data bracket I bracket 4 3 3. What's your issue? It expects a string. Sure, that's fine. I need to be a little bit more specific than this, though. Dot search dot style. How do I've done this before. I want to get the rows. That's not how you do that. There's a way to do this. I forgot to do this. JavaScript get HTML element by tag name. We could do that. Get elements by tag name. We could do that. Okay, so what's our tag names? Okay. I could get all the rows. That's not really what we want. That's kind of what we want. Okay, T-body. So that's what we do. Okay, we have to go through this bizarre sequence of events, I think. Or else, okay, so what, have I done this before? TR? Okay, that's not gonna help me. That's not gonna help me. Oh my god, why is it showing all this useless crap? Stop. Stop it. Get elements by name. That's like literally the name of it because, yeah, radio buttons use the name element. Okay. Okay, we don't really need to care about that situation. We get that element, and then we need to do like dot get elements by tag name t body. Okay. We're doing this like bizarre sequence of things. HTML get element. Can I just use XPath? Oh, I have to do like this, God. What if I don't use XPath? By CSS selector? Query selector. Ah, yes. I prefer to do that. I prefer, because XPath is it's supported differently. You have to like compile it or whatever, and I don't I don't like the look of that. That looks terrible. So what if we do document.querySelector all does that work? Okay, ChatGPT can help me fill in the rest of the gaps here. Let me do that real quick. We just need T-body and then TR. Can you show me how to use query selector all to get all the rows in the body of my HTML table having or where the table ID is known. Let's just call it, and stored in a variable called my table ID. Boom. Do it for me, ChatGPT. I know you can. And it's even showing me an HTML table that it made up. Oh, it wants me to do get element by ID first. Can you do it without first doing get element by ID? Question mark. Yeah, of course you can. Silly Chat GPT. Okay. It's just spaces. That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, so it's # because that's the ID plus ID plus t-body plus tr. There you go. And this returns node list development. Okay. Can I do that? I don't think I can do that. Because this just says, huh? What? Here's the weird thing. Does it know what it's gonna find? It doesn't really. Does that? Oh. Oh, that doesn't work either. There. Does that? That seems like it kind of works. And then I could do table rows. Can I? How do I iterate over you? Dot item. How do I? I'm not a fan of node list stuff. I don't like that. Just give me an array. Just give me an array, dude. JavaScript node list of. This is static, that's fine. That is interesting, isn't it? I didn't know that there is such a thing as a live node list. Go figure. .length, .item. Returns an item by its index. Let's do that. Length and item. Just let me do a frickin' for loop, please. I should do some kind of check here. Okay, just making sure. I forgot how to do it in JavaScript versus Python for a second, so I just wanted to make sure. table rows, and now I need to get the table data thing. Table rows dot item I dot query selector td I need to get all of them. Yikes. Oh, this is so bad. I do not like this. Wait. So I actually don't need to do the for loop. I'm just setting a specific one. I'm accessing... What one am I accessing? Okay. Tell me I can't. It's not going to tell me until I start my server. Okay. Because I think the number of columns in this table is actually different from the number of columns in table data. Yeah, no, it's not the same. 0, 1, 2. And then I think this is a whole separate one, right? Yeah. 0, 1, 2. Okay. Cool. 2 dot inner text is equal to this dot table data I 2. 3? Oh no. 0, 1, 2. Why did I think it was 3? It's not 3, it's 2. It's the third thing, but it's index 2. Amazing. Oh, what a pain, dude. What a pain. All right. I'm gonna end it on a cliffhanger. Because it's been about 2 hours. And I want to go do other things. I'm gonna end it on a cliffhanger, and we'll get this working next time, I think. Yeah, because tomorrow's Thursday. Not making people wait a whole week, I guess. Yeah, next time we're gonna actually make this request, and we're actually gonna make it work. That's the plan. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all next time, which will probably be tomorrow. Although, of course, no guarantee. I don't make guarantees on my streaming schedule. But yeah, probably tomorrow around the same time as usual. Yeah. Until then, Farewell.